What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Bruja Africana, coming to you all with another tarot reading. Go ahead and like my channel, subscribe to my channel, and share my damn videos, y'all. I love when y'all share my videos. You bring more people to me, and it encourages me to record some more. And because y'all have been so good, and I did not upload many videos last week, I'm going to try to get y'all a lot of videos this week. I'm gonna try to, give you a little bit of variety. I'm gonna try to give a little bit of R&B and hip hop, and I'm gonna go on over into that pop circuit too. So if you rock it with me and you fuck with me, go on subscribe and hit that bell, because we can really get active real quick. Who are we talking about in this reading? One of my favorites, y'all. We're talking about Phyllis Hyman, and shout out to her and her family and all of those who are fans of hers. Those of you who are like me that still listen to her music and attempt to keep her alive, if you will. Not attempt to keep her alive, but remember that she once was. Phyllis was one of the great powerhouse voices of R&B. She gave us ballads. Shit, she was a singer. If you are looking for a good definition of a singer, someone who has a very strong voice, it's her. And it's not taking anything to get away from anyone else, but when you want to hear a good strong voice, you're gonna listen to somebody that sounds like Phyllis Hyman. And unfortunately, she passed away many years ago. I think I was 14 when she passed away. And my absolute favorite song by her was playing the night that they announced on the radio that she died. My favorite song by her is The Answer. And they were playing that song, and I boo-hooed so bad. Because I can remember my mama getting up playing Phyllis Hyman while she cleaning up or cooking. Or, when she cooking Sunday dinner, she playing shit like Phyllis and Whitney and, these big balladeers. She's playing this music. And I became a fan of Phyllis Hyman through my mother. And I'm just so not necessarily saddened for her, because Phyllis really chose her own path. Phyllis chose the road that she took. Phyllis stepped on a lot of toes getting where she got to, and she didn't receive, or nor does she receive the flowers that she deserves. But a lot of that is Phyllis's own doing, okay? And just like I was disappointed to hear that, or find out that Pearl Bailey was an asshole, because she's one of my favorite actresses of all times as well. Not that Phyllis is an actress, but I'm just talking about people that I found out was an ace-hole girl. Just like I found out Pearl Bailey was an old bitchy ass woman, mean bitch, girl, not a girl's girl, step on your motherfucking toes to get to where the fuck I am, Aries ass bitch, honey. Shout out to Aries. Ain't nothing against y'all. Y'all my peoples. I'm an Aries moon, so of course I understand. Because sometimes I have to, kill my ego and tell myself, don't you step on nobody's toes to get where you're going. Phyllis didn't possess that. Phyllis, I know that she was bipolar. I know that y'all are going to jump in these comments like, oh, she acted like that because she was bipolar. Now, hold on there. Hold on there, Dr. Know-It-All. Hold on there, baby. That's not true. See, let's get into this reading, y'all. In Phyllis's death, she really didn't mean to kill herself. She committed suicide or unalived herself, for the soft people out there, the people that need me to be tender. Let me say unalive. She unalived herself by taking pills and drinking. And they found her in her hotel room or in her suite somewhere, deceased, because she had decided to take some pills. Maybe it was sleeping pills, whatever it was. It was a concoction, if you will. It was a combination of shit that she had been taking, shit that she had been doing. Y'all, come on now. We tell the truth over here, okay? And if we had to 2 weeks ago get on Beyonce's ass, we gonna get on Phyllis too, okay? We don't hold no punches over here. I love Phyllis Hyman. Love her voice. Love everything that she represented, except for this side of her that she refuses to be real about. Now, in her cards, is she at peace in death? Hell no. Because she's looking for forgiveness. She didn't mean to kill her damn self. This is the thing. She had a concoction of whatever going on, okay? She may have been going through some shit again emotionally. Something that, in my opinion, and you don't need to share this opinion, but this is just my opinion. Phyllis brought a lot of things on herself, okay? From the way that she spoke to people, from the way that she treated her fucking family, from the way that she would shit on her fans, but then turn around and hug them. Like, the shit was confusing. It was like it was a whole ball of confusion going on with Phyllis. And while she feels like she was martyred, or her death was martyred, she really didn't try to kill herself. And she's looking for some form of forgiveness, because she's probably being sent back to a time in her life that is her own very own personal hell, okay? She is very much so haunted. Like I said, she's not at peace. She's haunted by her own death. She probably revisits her death a lot. That very day that she decided to take her life, or accidentally, excuse me, scratch that, let me go back. The day that she accidentally took her life, she's going back to the things that she did that day, and she's revisiting them. And she's reliving them over and over again. And she's like, oh my God, will they just fucking forgive me for accidentally killing myself? Okay, these are like the energy she's giving. Of course, these are not her words, y'all. So if you need me to say allegedly, this is allegedly. This is her spirit allegedly saying this, if that makes you feel comfortable, okay? She's not at peace. And she's also, trying to say whomever she was going to get her prophecies from could have possibly witched her. Now, I know that we like to run with the theory that a lot of these celebrities are murdered, and that a lot of these celebrities are hexed or cursed, and then they die. Phyllis was not one of them. Now, true, somebody may have put some juju on her, but it was probably because of the way she was treating people, okay? Clive Davis got some flex, but everybody ain't gonna fall at his fucking spiritual warfare, okay? Now, I do agree that Clive Davis has something to do with it. Maybe excuse me, this bitch motherfucking name don't even want to come out right. Maybe Clive Davis knew the witch that she was going to see, because she was going to see one. And if y'all have ever seen that movie Carmen Jones, it was some shit like that scene when Pearl Bailey pulled them fucking cards on Carmen and told her she was gonna die. It was a situation like that. She visited a reader, maybe, or her witch, and the witch told her she was about to die. And it wasn't even a thing surrounding the music industry. It was completely... Hold on, y'all. Let me get something to drink, because I'm just clearing my throat. Hold on. Okay, I'm back, y'all. But like I said, I don't feel like, or nor does her cards give the energy that it was industry related. Phyllis, while she may have been witched by somebody, while she may have had something put on her, it may have not been anybody in the industry. This was all Phyllis's own doing. So when the reader or her witch told her that she was about to perish, Phyllis didn't listen to it. Okay, and what that woman or that man possibly told her, that she was going to perish because of her drug addiction. And she's not willing to accept that she is at fault for her own death. It's the thing of, Phyllis had ancestors around her, okay? So Clive Davis's magic couldn't necessarily harm her spiritually. He could cause other people to move and do things, but Phyllis was pretty much protected. Phyllis was pretty much protected, so to speak. I'm not going to say like she was protected front, back, side to side. I'm not going to say that. But I'm not going to sit here and say that she was totally unprotected by her ancestors. Phyllis refused to listen to her ancestors. She had been receiving warnings and everything else from various different types of people, not only her witch. She herself would get visits from her ancestors that would tell her, yo, you need to cool out on this drug addiction. You're getting ready to ruin your life. And now that it has occurred, Phyllis is not at peace with it. In her death, she's not at peace because she's like, look, I was trying to get help. I was trying to change. I thought I had time. I thought that they were going to give me time. But what Phyllis is not understanding is that her addiction as well as her behaviors had gotten so fucking far out of control, there was no way she was going to survive it. Okay? Whatever type of drug she was doing, whatever type of weight she was getting into, she wasn't going to survive that, okay? I don't know what it was, but her drug addiction absolutely killed her, and she needs to come to terms with that, you know? Especially because her family ain't really fucking with her like that. I'm not talking about her ancestors or those that are ancestral like her. The live family members, they ain't necessarily fucking with her because Phyllis was really shitty to them. And when she comes for her visits, she comes home, she's returned home because I saw somewhere that she hated being poor. They grew up in a real meager situation. Phyllis hated that, and it destroyed her moral compass. You know, she was very money hungry. She liked things, and there's nothing wrong with being money hungry and wanting things, but Phyllis was shitting on her family, you know. And when, like I said, when she is visiting and coming back, when people are pulling her, you know, they remind her, when you were alive, remember how you treated your kinfolk when you were here? That's why they're not singing about you. That's why there are no pictures of you up. That's why people rarely speak of you. Phyllis, so to speak, sealed her own fate. You know, she didn't need the music industry to give her this sort of kind of fucked up karma or give her this fucked up fate. Phyllis had sealed it herself. Being mean to her family, talking shit to them, thinking that she was better than them. Finally, because she had gotten her chance, you know. Forgetting that even though they were a little odd, I'm not going to say they weren't an odd little family, but they cared about each other. Bipolarism ran on both her mama and daddy's side of the family. I think both of them had some issues going on, but that is not the reason why Phyllis was the way she was with them. Phyllis would be seeing shit on TV and reading shit in them motherfucking magazines and became obsessed with it and felt like her family wasn't good enough. The things, her good home, the home life, the way she grew up, her background, none of this was no longer acceptable to her, and she looked down on it and she shit on it really bad. Sure, they still came around each other and got along and shit, but Phyllis was really bad to her family, like, allegedly. Let me say that. Like, she wasn't a good person towards her family. She treated those that cared about her really fucked up, you know. She wouldn't come home to visit them often, you know. She would just do her thing and be caught all up out in Hollywood. She was doing her thing. Once she became famous, it was a wrap. She was done with them, so that's why they don't sing about her. Let's speak about her and her, the reason why she feels so entitled. Now, again, I'm not saying that Phyllis wasn't a absolutely phenomenal singer, but there was just something a little amiss. Nobody could work with Phyllis. And again, I'm not taking up for the industry at all, but I'm saying we have to call a spade when we over here doing these readings, y'all. We have to be realistic. And a lot of these people are being fucked up by their own, by being undone by their own hands, honey. They are undoing their own seams, and Phyllis did this to herself. Especially, now I know y'all gonna disagree, she was extremely jealous of Whitney Houston. Now, that is where Clive Davis comes in, okay? Because both of them were extremely phenomenal singers. He knew he could pit them against each other, and Phyllis bit the bullet, okay? She took the bait, if you will. He needed to get rid of one or the other because he wasn't going to continue to pay both of them, baby. Could you imagine his stupid ass having both Whitney Houston and motherfucking Phyllis Hyman and getting money off both of them? Both of those voices, honey? Child, that man will be fucking rich as a motherfucking prince of a motherfucking land some fucking where. I know that didn't make sense, but I couldn't even think of no motherfucking active adjectives to call this motherfucker, honey. But anyway, she couldn't get along with Whitney Houston. She couldn't exist on the label with Whitney Houston. She couldn't take that, although she was doing her thing. Here comes Whitney with her sound and new look and fresh whatever. And also, y'all, was a little bit of colorism going on there, too. Phyllis felt like, baby, I'm the light-skinned girl. I'm the tall, light-skinned one, with this nice bosom and these full lips. Excuse me, what do you mean with this little skinny girl? Like, does she eat? I mean, Phyllis was real petty with it, y'all. Like, her energy is petty, and even in death, her energy is still petty, and she's jealous because people still, play Whitney Houston's song, honey. We gets down with Auntie. Like, she like, okay, bitches, what about me? Well, Phyllis, that's why. Because you're so fucking mean to everyone. And again, like, I love Phyllis Hyman, but she gives that energy, and she always gave that to me. Like, I wonder what it was about Whitney that ruffled her furs, honey. Like, that had this girl in an uproar because she couldn't exist with nobody, and she became defensive with her whole label. Like, she like, how y'all gonna give this bitch some of my privileges? I'm the one that should be seen. And before some of you bitches jump in my comment, y'all got to go here real quick. Because I know you're coming, okay? Because I call Phyllis Hyman a fucking colorist, a slight colorist. Let me say that. And she worked with Norman Connors and this person and that person that was dark skinned, but she couldn't get along with people for very long. Did y'all notice that? Them folk that's about my color, a little darker, she couldn't get along with us for very long. It's because she wanted to be the center of the fucking attention, baby. Fuck she mean? She like, fuck y'all mean Whitney fucking Houston. Excuse me. This motherfucking situation was supposed to be mine. I was supposed to be the one that had the seat at the table. Like I said, I am the light-skinned one, baby. I am supposed to be the only diva on this label. And that may be what Clive Davis now promised her, too. Because them people is back and forth and snaky. You see how Barry Gordy now played the Jackson 5. So this very much could be the same situation between her and Whitney Houston. Them feeding them venom back and forth between each other. Because after a while, Whitney Houston, that Leo stood up, baby. Oh, kiss my ass, girl. Who do you think you're playing with? I can sing, too. I belt out hymns at a angelic rate, too. Who the fuck do you think you playing with? I just love Whitney Houston, y'all. I love both of them, baby. But Auntie gonna give it because that Leo ain't gonna play with you, baby. Let me show you that I got claws, too. Let me show you that Kitty got claws, too. Ram, bitch. That's basically what Whitney Houston did. She like, oh, no, you ain't finna be talking crazy to me or about me. And Phyllis was the same way, y'all. Phyllis refused to get along with this situation. She like, maybe they were on some shit like, okay, we can put you and Whitney on a song together or something, which I think would have been a fucking phenomenal ass song because they would have been loud together, baby. That would have been beautiful, but Phyllis couldn't get along with nobody. And it was because she felt like, they trying to etch me the fuck out for Whitney Houston. What about the shit that y'all promised me? Like I said, her cards are revealing like they promised her that she was going to be that damn diva. She was that motherfucker that was going to be that number one. She was going to be that sovereign. They fed her all of this shit, but then they start telling her about her looks. Y'all know Phyllis started having those problems, gaining weight, losing weight. That coke snort became different. Oh, no, let's not act like Phyllis wasn't snorting cocaine. Let's not act like she was not, okay? Her appearance began to change, and again, I told y'all she had a little piece of colorism in her, baby. That light-skinnedness started not giving what it was supposed to give, and again, Phyllis was beautiful, honey. My favorite picture of her is the one that I used in the clip art, honey. In the thumbnail, that one, like, Phyllis is gorgeous. But she didn't feel that way, okay? Especially because her looks began to change and she began to get older. And you know how these motherfucking ex-wives do in this industry. You age a little bit, you sag here, you might sag a little bit, just a little bit, Gain a little weight. She ain't a size 2 no motherfucking more. She done got robust now. She needed something different, so because they weren't paying attention to her looks and shit no more. So now she adopts these hats, these grandiose hats, because she needed to compete in a world that was promised to her. And again, her appearance, they stopped paying attention to her for her appearance. They started making Phyllis work harder, and she felt like she had to work harder now because her appearance began to fail. And before long, she was like, shit, I'm invisible in the limelight. No matter how much creativity I have, no matter how well I sing, they don't want to fuck with me. And that's exactly what's going on. People are disconnecting from Phyllis because of the dramas and shit that she had going on. And again, the way that she treated people. And the way that she treated people was not all so kind. And I keep telling y'all, although, yeah, we love these artists, but we have to see them as normal people. Phyllis was not a good person, y'all. Sure, she did her philanthropy thing and all of that, but after she would do that, she would shit on people and talk crazy to them. She had a whole lot going on. And again, y'all gonna be like, oh, that's her bipolar disorder. No, it's not. That was just her character, okay? When she would have those highs and lows, that was her bipolar disorder. What was causing her to be disagreeable with everyone? Anyway, that shit even trickled over into her love life, honey. Phyllis couldn't find nobody. She would either attract people that would use her, or Phyllis would just, play the field. She got married, but that didn't last very long because I feel like that was a motherfucking rainbow marriage, y'all, a lavender marriage. I mean, she really, truly was in love with that friend that she wrote Old Friend about. Yeah, that woman. Yeah, Phyllis was quite bisexual. I really feel like in today's world she would be very much so representing the fuck out of the LGBTQ community, which is probably why she's calling y'all out. She's wondering why y'all are not singing Screaming at the Moon and shit, those loud ass ballads that she's got, She's wondering why y'all ain't singing them in that LGBTQ community, knowing that y'all are kindred souls. And knowing that Miss Phyllis was very much so bisexual, she like, why are y'all not celebrating me? But Phyllis, I don't know what to say about Phyllis. I don't know what to say. I don't know what advice to leave there for her fans. Shit, other than start playing her music more so she can feel more appreciated. Because in her life, even when she was being a good person, she may not have been treated completely fairly. Let me give it to you like that. So do Miss Phyllis deserve her flowers even though she was an asshole? Yes, go on, give them to her, y'all. We're going to get into her little relationships and stuff in her next reading. But we got to get on to these other readings, y'all. Because I'm going to try to get y'all an update on Jackson 5, too. Okay? But we're going to definitely get off into Miss Phyllis. Because we got to talk about her whole issue with Whitney Houston. And it definitely had everything to do with colorism, y'all. Colorism and talent, that is. Because y'all know Auntie will sing the roof off a building, honey. And Auntie Phyllis will, too. I just don't understand, girl. It was enough room for both of y'all. She just didn't like to share. Being a Cancer, she held on to shit, This is my motherfucking spotlight. I'm not sharing this with this bitch. But girl, we gonna get into that, y'all. All right.